The medical bay of the Zenith Harmony hummed with the soft blue glow of Valkyrian healing pods. Dr. Elsa Chen stood at the viewport, watching the stars streak past in faster-than-light travel, when the emergency alarm shattered the peaceful atmosphere. "Dr. Chen, we have a critical situation," the ship's AI, Area, announced through the speakers. "A Raxian cub has sustained severe injuries in the cargo bay. Multiple fractures detected." Elsa sprinted toward the medical bay's receiving area, her emergency kit already in hand. She'd been the only human aboard this multi-species vessel for 8 months now, serving as the primitive medicine specialist, a title the other doctors used with barely concealed condescension. The doors hissed open, revealing a scene of controlled chaos. 3 Valkyrian doctors, tall crystalline beings who communicated through melodic chimes, hovered around a small form on the anti-grav stretcher. The Raxian cub, no more than 5 standard years old, whimpered in pain. His leg bent at an unnatural angle, the fur matted with blue blood. "We must wait for the regeneration chamber to calibrate," Dr. Shi-Tal chimed, their crystalline face reflecting concern. "The cub's physiology is different from standard templates. It will take 6 hours." 6 hours? Elsa pushed forward, examining the cub. His breathing was rapid, shock setting in. "He doesn't have 6 hours. That leg needs to be stabilized now." "The healing pods," another Valkyrian began, "are useless if he goes into shock and dies before they're ready," Elsa interrupted. She knelt beside the stretcher, her practiced eyes assessing the damage. "Compound fracture, definitely. But the bone hadn't pierced through, that was good." Leo Martinez, the ship's human engineer, rushed in carrying Elsa's emergency supplies from her quarters. "Got everything you asked for, Doc," the Valkyrian doctors chimed in confused harmony as Elsa pulled out items that seemed absurdly primitive. Wooden splints she'd crafted in the workshop, cloth bandages, and, most shocking of all, a roll of silver duct tape. "You cannot be serious." Dr. Shi-Tal's chimes took on an almost horrified tone. Those are pre-stellar age tools." "These are human tools," Elsa corrected, her hands already moving with practiced efficiency. "Leo, I need you to hold him steady. Talk to him. Raxians respond to low-frequency sounds, it'll calm him down." Leo positioned himself at the cub's head, speaking in low, soothing tones. The young Raxian's large amber eyes fixed on the human, his whimpers subsiding slightly. Elsa worked quickly. First, she administered a dose of universal analgesic, one of the few medicines all species could tolerate. Then with gentle but firm hands she began to manipulate the leg back into alignment. "What is she doing?" One of the Valkyrian doctors chimed in alarm. "She's touching the injury directly. This is barbaric." "This is necessary," Elsa said through gritted teeth, concentrating on feeling the bone shift back into proper position. Years of emergency medicine in remote Earth locations had taught her to trust her hands more than any scanner. "There, Leo, hand me the splints." She positioned the wooden splints on either side of the leg, patting them with cloth. Then, to the absolute horror of the watching aliens, she began wrapping the entire assembly with duct tape. "The structural integrity of that adhesive bonding strip is completely inadequate," Dr. Shi-Tal protested. "It will fail. You're condemning this cub to permanent deformity." "Duct tape," Elsa said, wrapping another layer with practiced precision, "has a tensile strength of over 200 pounds per square inch. It's waterproof, flexible, and has been used by humans for everything from repairing spacecraft to emergency medicine for over 3 centuries. This will hold until your regeneration chamber is ready." She finished the wrap, creating a rigid but lightweight cast that immobilized the leg completely. The cub's breathing had already steadied, the pain medication and stabilization working together to ease his suffering. But the technique, the brutality of manual manipulation, another Valkyrian chimed weakly, "is called a closed reduction," Leo interjected, his engineering background making him appreciate the practical approach. "It's basic physics and biology. Sometimes the old ways work because they're based on fundamental principles that don't change, no matter how advanced you get." Elsa stood, wiping sweat from her forehead. "In human medicine, we have a saying, 'First, do no harm.' But we also understand that sometimes you have to cause a little discomfort to prevent greater harm. Waiting 6 hours for perfect technological solutions isn't always the answer." The Raxian cub's mother rushed in, her larger form trembling with fear. She saw her son now resting peacefully, his leg wrapped in the strange silver material. Dr. Sheetal began to chime an explanation, but the mother simply looked at Elsa. "He will heal?" she asked in broken standard. "He will heal," Elsa confirmed. "In 6 hours they'll put him in the regeneration chamber, and he'll be running around in a few days. But right now he's stable and comfortable." The mother embraced Elsa, nearly crushing her in the process. Over her shoulder, Elsa caught Leo's grin. 3 days later, the Raxian cub was indeed running through the corridors, his leg completely healed. Dr. Sheetal approached Elsa in the medical bay, their chimes carrying a different tone, something almost like respect. "I have been reviewing human medical history," the Velcarian said. "Your species performed surgery without anesthesia, set bones by hand, and survived plagues that would have destroyed our civilization. And you did it all with primitive tools and determination." "We're adaptable," Elsa said with a slight smile. "Sometimes that's more valuable than the most advanced technology." "Perhaps," Dr. Sheetal chimed thoughtfully, "though I still maintain that duct tape is a brutally crude solution." Elsa laughed. "Crude, maybe, but effective?" "Absolutely. That's humanity for you. We make do with what we have. And somehow we make it work." As she returned to her duties, Elsa noticed something new mounted on the medical bay wall, a roll of duct tape, displayed in a small containment field with a plaque beneath it reading, "Human Emergency Medical Tool, primitive, brutal, effective." She smiled. Sometimes being human meant being underestimated, and sometimes that was exactly the advantage they needed.